Watkins, Glen for race number 4. Sit back and enjoy the first road course of the Owner League season. And we are green for Watkins, Glen. Watkins Glen has one of the most treacherous first turns in all of racing as number 53 gets turned around. You can see all the other cars jumping to either side trying to get through. No caution is thrown from that spin. And here come the leaders racing up to the bottleneck. As it looks like number 13 is having some issues, well as 15 as well, running into the grass, picking up a lot of smoke. And here come leaders up the hill into the bottleneck, and oh, hard hit into the wall. Let's see if everybody, nope, looks like 13 and the 62 flinched. Oh, and now it is just, no, people are not slowing down. Oh, and 4 goes over, 38 starting to go over. There goes the 18 of Jones as 99 comes up and slows down. Looks like the 38 is just totaled. As we see, there's very little movement in these cars. The truck is going to have to come and get these cars. Looks like they are starting to sort themselves out. Some heavy damage on a lot of these cars. There's the 15, the 37, the 24. As the leaders are now rushing back to the line through the S's. Looks like the leader cut up through. Looks like multiple cars cutting through the line or the grass on the S. It looks like the second main group is coming through. Not sure what's going on with that top car. We'll have to take a look as he looks like he has massive damage to him. Yes, it looks like the 914. And the leaders are coming in to take the caution. Yeah, because this is a road course, the race back to the line does take a bit for many of the drivers, especially the ones that were held up by the incident in the back, or in, well, basically the first part of the track. As we took a look at the slow motion, it was the 2 leaders, the 86, that did slam hard into the wall. And because of that, that started a chain reaction. The initial crash really didn't look like it was going to cause really any incident, as the 86 was able to keep himself high. But as you see, the 13 was riding in the grass, and he was trying to enter back in for the bottleneck. Just clips the 62. And as you can see, the smoke and the dirt that's getting just kicked up by the spotters telling the drivers to get low. Nobody can see anything. And as you can see right now, this camera cannot see anything, as we see the 18 of Jones, who does end up getting flipped, just entered that big dust ball and just hopes for the, and as we know, the best just was not there. And as we see, the initial group is getting through. It looks like 23 barely misses the 76, but as you see, the 62 and the 13 did get into each other, slamming into the wall before the 86 can get back, spun the correct way, and just gets in the middle of everybody. So the 27, the 14, the 36, everybody right here is just trying to get up to speed as they're coming up to the hill. And then with the 86 and 13 just in the middle of the road, everybody's trying to slam on their brakes, and there really is nowhere to go. Looks like the 11 got through just by the skin of his teeth, and then here's the 35 just slams hard into the 4, bringing both of them up. That looks like number 6 of Tankard as well, almost flipped over, and again the 18 of Jones and 53. Look at the Kinshaw slamming hard into each other, and it looks like 99 was actually so far back that he had time to slow down, and the spotter was able to give him information. You see nobody right here is moving. It's basically a parking lot as the trucks are now coming out to try to pull out some of these drivers so everybody can get going. As we see here, the number 4 and the 35 slam, and as you can see, the 4 just flips right over the 2. There's nothing he can do. And again, the 53 gets slammed hard in his back by the 18 of Jones. So we see again a little bit further down the track that the 4, the 2, and the 00 are just getting pushed hard out. It looks like the 36, I think that's, is that Lopez? Oh yeah, it looks like the 4 and the 0 basically get tangled up and just start flipping over each other, as well as the 32, is that the 32 or 22? Cheerios car. 35. And as they slowly start coming to a rest, you can see just the massive damage on each one of them. As we see the pace car picking up the leaders, you take a look at some of the cars that were able to skirt that very hard wreck that took out many cars. As you can see, some of the tail end cars are starting to catch up. So it will be about 2 laps before they can get the entire wreck from the track cleaned up. And from there we'll be able to see how many cars were able to make it out of there, as we see another group speeding up to try to catch up to the lead lap or lead pack of cars. Let's take a look at some of the damage caused by that wreck. Here's the 35, who basically slammed almost full speed in the back of the number 4 Porter Wilson. As we take a look at the pit cam, seeing the damage done to many of these cars. Many of these cars will not be able to come back into the race. And you see the 18 and 15. The 15 was having trouble earlier, even before the race start or the crash started, as he was hard into the wall a couple of times. But it looks like he was unable to stay out of that main crash as well. And here's the 4 Porter Wilson. He has massive back end damage from where the 35, I believe, Lopez slammed hard into him. And the 62, he has some back end damage, but I believe he was able to get out of the way of most of the crashes, as he was he ended up, I think, getting clipped at the beginning and causing a chain reaction of that crash. But I think he was able to get on. I believe he will be able to get back into this race, as it doesn't look like he has that much damage other than to his back. And here we go. We are going green for the second time. Oh, it looks like the 62 of Flintstone had some issues. Doesn't look like it's going to be a cop. We are definitely going to have to go take a look at that. And as we take a look at our pit cam, it looks like the 62 and the 76 get into each other, sending the Flintstones car hard into the wall. And there the 62 head first hard into those water barriers. They were able to at least slow him down a bit. Though, as you can see, there is some parts screwed on the tracks. I'm not sure why there is no caution yet, but it doesn't look like they are going to be throwing the caution. And here are the leaders exiting the treacherous turn 1 of Watkins Glen. Looks like no issues on this turn one. And with many cars already out, it looks like the leaders are starting to pull away from the end of the pack, as most of these cars are starting to stretch out, as some have damage and some just are not as fast as the other ones. Now it looks like the leaders are starting to pull away. Nobody's really trying to pass right now, so there's still a long way to go. As we have our first lap with no issues. Looks like the 23 is having some problems. We'll definitely have to see what is going on with him. Same with the 98 and the 25. See if there's any issues, maybe, and see what we can find from their pit crews. As you can see, the space between the leaders and that second main pack of cars is growing, as it's shown that these cars are a lot faster than the others. And it looks like the 49 is trying to pass the 73 through the S's, but just could not get it done. And here come the leaders hard into this back stretch. Oh, and there's an issue. 23 trying to enter pit road, slams hard in the barrier. As we take a look at slow motion, maybe he just gets loose trying to get into pit road. Maybe he's coming in too fast, and then decides maybe to hop out a little too late and just slams hard, just squarely into that barrier. There's the parts flying off. It looks like that his day is over. And it looks like Chung is trying for that second place from Stratton. We will see if he's able to get this position, as he has the inside line into turn one. It does not look like he'll have the chance this turn. And we'll see if Chung can get it. He has the outside, but we will have to see if he can get past number 8, Goodwin. And it looks like he does have a run outside of turn one. And it looks like he does hold it, at least for this little small backstretch as they go into the bottleneck. And it does look like he may be able to hold it at least one lap, as he has put in some space. As they exit turn 2, we're on lap 16. As there may be something wrong with Chung, as he is off the speed of these top cars. I'm not sure what is going on with him, as they're slowly starting to catch up to some lap cars. We'll see how that plays out with Mandel and now Goodwin in second, and I think Jenner in the 92, or Gennard. We'll definitely see if there is an issue with the 51 of Chung, as he is not keeping speed well at all, as he has dropped. Now it looks like the 4th spot in less than a lap here. I mean, I know laps are very long here at the road course, but he is just not keeping speed for some reason. We'll definitely have to check with his crew to see what is going on. Oh, he looks like he was getting loose trying to get into the pits as well. Yeah, we will definitely have to check to see what's going on with him, as there's no need to take a pit stop in this race as of now, as the leaders did catch up to the lap car, the 19 lap car who is racing basically for position, as he has heavy damage. It didn't look like it slowed down Mandel too much. As he is still leading Goodwin. We'll see if the tandem of the 8 and 92 are able to catch up to Mandel. I mean, it does look like they are closing the distance, but we'll definitely have to see later on, especially when Mandel catches up to the 62 of Flintstone, as I think he is off the pace as well. As we see further back, the 42 of Stratton and the 9 are both having issues getting past this 19, this heavily damaged 19. As we reach lap 18, looks like the 42 and that's 29 were able to get past, but the 9 ended up getting stuck behind him. So the leaders finally caught up to Flintstone. You can see it looks like Mendel will be able to get through pretty quickly. Same with Goodwin and Gennard. As they enter in the S's, there's no issues with them getting through though. Flintstone cut in, so he was able to get back beside the 92, though he was able to get past the 62 pretty easily. It looks like smooth sailing right now for the top 3 cars, as there really is no lap cars for a little while. It looks like Mendel did get a little bit loose on that straightaway. Not sure what happened there. See if that changes anything, but he still does have a commanding lead. As they come around, they are on lap 19. So these two, second and third place, really only have 2 more laps, as it looks like Gennard is trying to pass Goodwin in the 8 to see if he can get his hand in taking on Mendel. So Mendel enters in the S's. Goodwin ends up cutting the 92 off. We'll never see if the 92 enjoyed that or not. As we take a look at Chung, after that unscheduled pit stop, looks like he was having some tire issues earlier and ended up having to take a super early pit. As he's trying to pass the 21, she has a much faster car. I think he's sitting at 19th right now. We will definitely see how many cars he is able to pass in the next 2 laps. As we come back to Mendel on lap 19, he is putting some space between Goodwin and himself for the last couple laps. It does not look like Goodwin has the ability right now, at least alone, to catch him, and it doesn't look like him and the 92 are able to link up to catch Mendel either. So it looks like Mendel may be able to pull away at the end of this race and not have any competition for this race, really. I think he led almost every lap since that large crash. As he comes down to take the white flag in this actually rather short first road course, there was one large incident at the beginning of the race, but after that there really has not been much. A couple cars hitting the wall trying to enter pit road, but other than that, it was a very, very clean race, as there was very little bumping and running. That was very clean. Most drivers were able to stay clean throughout the second half of this race. As Mendel, he only has a little bit left, and he can win, I believe, his first race of the season at the first road course here in the Owner League. He really had no competition today after that first large wreck that did end up taking out some of the leaders. And because of that, it looks like he really did not have any competition today. He had a great setup and was able to stay in the lead as he's coming down, taking the checkered flag. Mendel wins the Watkins Glen here at the Owners League. Looks like he just had the best car today. As we take a look at the 43, looks like he is the top player car of the day. He finished 13th. He was able to stay out of that very large wreck at the beginning. And he will take the top position and maybe be able to take the lead in the Rookie of the Year point standings. as the cars are entering the pits. And as Mandel is starting to head over to victory lane, we thank you here at the Owners League for watching this very quick race. One very large incident, but very clean race as Mandel wins his first race of the year and the first road course of the season. So tune in next week as we go racing again, and hopefully you enjoyed it, and tune in next week.